Meet Marcus. He just got a promotion. After 5 years of grinding, he finally made it to senior manager. And you know what that means? Time to upgrade his life. So Marcus walks into a dealership. Not just any dealership, the big one. The one with the lifted trucks that look like they could climb mountains. He signs the paperwork for a $60,000 pickup, fully loaded, lift kit, off-road tires, LED light bars, the works. His hands are shaking as he drives it home. This is it. This is success. This is what making it looks like. But here's the thing nobody told Marcus. That truck will never touch dirt. Not once. And by the end of this story, you'll understand exactly why that decision cost him over $300,000. Not $60,000, $300,000. Let me show you how. See, Marcus isn't alone. There are millions of garage queens sitting in driveways across the country right now. Trucks built to conquer mountains, parked at shopping malls. Four-wheel drive systems designed for rock crawling, used exclusively for the Starbucks drive-thru. But this isn't just about trucks. This is about something much bigger, something that keeps 90% of people broke their entire lives. It's called identity spending, and once you see it, you can't unsee it. Let me explain. When Marcus was a kid, he watched his neighbors. The guy down the street had a big truck. He seemed important, successful, like he had his life together. So somewhere in Marcus's brain, a little equation formed. Big truck equals success. Big truck equals respect. Big truck equals I made it. Fast forward 20 years, Marcus gets his promotion. And what does his brain immediately tell him? Time to prove you made it. Time to get that truck. This is how identity spending works. We don't buy things because we need them. We buy them because of what we think they say about us. And here's where it gets interesting. The truck Marcus bought gets 12 miles per gallon. His old car got 32. That's almost 3 times worse. Let's do some quick math. Marcus drives about 15,000 miles per year. At current gas prices, he's now spending almost $5,000 a year on fuel. His old car cost him about $1,800. That's an extra $3,200 every single year just on gas. But wait, that's just the beginning. His insurance doubled from $120 a month to $240. That's another $1,400 a year. His registration fees tripled because the truck is heavier. His tires cost 4 times as much to replace. And those fancy off-road tires, they wear out faster on pavement. All in all, Marcus is spending about $8,000 more per year just to operate this truck, not including the payments. $8,000 every year for a vehicle that does the exact same job his old car did, gets him from home to work and back. But Marcus doesn't think about it that way. He thinks about how people look at him differently now, how his coworkers nod approvingly in the parking lot, how his family thinks he's doing well. That feeling? That's expensive, very expensive. Now let me introduce you to someone else. His name is Dave. Dave works at the same company as Marcus, same level, similar salary. They got promoted the same year. But Dave drives a 2014 Honda Accord. Boring, basic, nothing special. Here's what Dave did with his promotion money instead. He kept his old car. He took that $8,000 per year and put it into index funds every single month, like clockwork. That's about $660 a month into boring, simple investments that average about 8% returns over time. Now here's where your brain might fight me. 8% doesn't sound exciting. $660 a month doesn't sound life-changing. But watch what happens over time. After 5 years, Dave has almost $50,000. Not from some get-rich-quick scheme, not from crypto, just from not buying a fancy truck. After 10 years, he's over $120,000. His money is making money, compounding, growing while he sleeps. After 15 years, $240,000. After 20 years, over $400,000. Meanwhile, Marcus is on his second truck, because the first one depreciated so fast he was underwater on the loan. He had to roll the negative equity into a new loan. Now he owes more than ever. Think about that. Same job, same salary, same opportunities. One guy has $400,000. The other guy has car payments. The only difference, what they chose to prove to the world. But this story isn't really about trucks. That's just one example. Let's talk about what identity spending actually looks like in everyday life. It's the coffee from the fancy shop that costs $6 when you have a perfectly good coffee maker at home. Not because the coffee is better, but because you want to be seen carrying that cup. It's the designer clothes that cost 10 times more than regular clothes, but do the same job, not because of quality, but because of the logo. It's the apartment in the expensive neighborhood when you could build wealth in a cheaper area, not for convenience, but for the zip code. It's anything you buy primarily because of what it signals to other people. And here's the painful truth most people never realize. Those other people? They're not thinking about you. They're too busy worrying about what you think of them. The guy Marcus wants to impress with his truck? He's stressed about his own car payment. The coworkers who nodded in the parking lot already forgot about it by lunch. We drain our bank accounts trying to impress people who don't care, don't notice, and won't remember. That's identity spending in a nutshell. So why do we do it? Because our brains are wired for status. Back when humans lived in tribes, your position in the hierarchy literally determined if you survived. Higher status meant more food, more protection, better mates. That wiring is still in our heads. Our brains still scream at us to signal status, to prove our place in the tribe. The problem is, the signals have changed. Thousands of years ago, status meant being a good hunter, being strong, being useful to the tribe. Now, status means looking rich, whether you actually are or not. And companies know this. They spend billions of dollars engineering products specifically designed to trigger your status instincts. Every car commercial, every luxury ad, every influencer partnership, they're all carefully crafted to make you feel like you need these things to be somebody. That $60,000 truck? The marketing team knew exactly what they were doing. Every camera angle, every mountain scene, every rugged-looking guy behind the wheel. It's all designed to hijack your brain, to make you feel like buying that truck will transform who you are. But it never does, because you can't buy an identity. You can only rent one, and the rent is due every single month. Now let me ask you something important. What would you do with an extra $8,000 a year? That's not a small amount. That's a family vacation. That's an emergency fund. That's 2 years of your kids' college savings. That's freedom. Because that's what this is really about. Freedom. When you stop spending money to prove who you are, you start having money to become who you want to be. Marcus, he can't quit his job. He's trapped. Those truck payments require a steady paycheck. He can't take risks. He can't start a business. He can't take time off to be with his family. The truck that was supposed to show everyone he made it, it's actually keeping him stuck. Dave, he could walk away tomorrow, not because he wants to, but because he could. That $400,000 isn't just money. It's options, it's leverage, it's power. That's status. Real status. Not the kind you buy, the kind you build. So how do you break free from identity spending? First, you have to recognize it. Next time you want to buy something expensive, ask yourself one question. Am I buying this for me, or am I buying this for other people? Be honest, really honest. There's no shame in the answer. We all do it. But awareness is the first step. Second, calculate the true cost. Not just the sticker price, the total cost over 10 years, 20 years, including what that money could have grown into if invested. That $60,000 truck, with financing, insurance, fuel, maintenance, and the opportunity cost of lost investments, it's more like $300,000 over 20 years. When you see it that way, Suddenly, it doesn't seem worth it anymore. Third, redefine what status means to you. Instead of asking, what will people think? Ask, what will future me think? Future you doesn't care about impressing strangers. Future you wants security, options, freedom, time with family, the ability to say no to things that don't matter. Fourth, find your Dave. Look around your life. There's probably someone who seems to have figured it out. They don't have the flashiest stuff, but they seem calm, content, free. Watch what they do. Learn from them. Let their example replace the status signals you were raised on. And fifth, start today. Not next month, not after the next promotion. Today. Every month you wait is another month of identity spending, another month of renting who you pretend to be instead of building who you actually are. The Garage Queen isn't just a truck sitting in a driveway. It's a symbol of what happens when we let our need for approval control our wallets. Millions of people are driving around in vehicles they can't really afford, living in homes that stretch them thin, wearing clothes that impress nobody, all because they're trying to prove something to people who aren't even watching. But not you, not anymore, because now you know the truth. The real Garage Queen isn't the truck that never sees dirt. It's the dreams you never chase because your money is too busy pretending. So here's my challenge to you. Look at your own life. Where are you garage queening? What are you spending money on just because of how it makes you look? Find it, face it, fix it. Because 20 years from now, nobody will remember what you drove. Nobody will remember what you wore. Nobody will care what neighborhood you lived in. But you will. You will care a lot. You'll either be the person with options or the person with payments. The choice is yours, starting today.